when you're a salesperson, the order of operations in which you do things makes your job a lot easier. Now, everybody's order is different, but here's a few little tips and tricks that I, Nick Vanella, have used that have helped me to close an unbelievable amount of deals. It's very, very simple. No matter what I'm selling, I sold insurance, Medicare, to home improvements, you name it. I was asking, what do you want this to do? What is your goal for talking to me? How can I help you? And then let them talk. The next question you want to ask them, really simply, and you can use different versions of these questions. These are the ones that I like. I always like to say, how much of an issue is it? You know, what are the consequences of this problem? So like in insurance, if it was, hey, I can't afford this medication, so I'm not going to take it, obviously that's really bad. Simple. We got to fix that. We got to change it. Home improvements, if you don't get this gutter, will you eventually have a problem because of the way your ground is set up? You're not managing the water. Could this be a foundational issue? If they don't already know that type of thing, you have to educate them on that. With Medicare stuff, they already are going to know, oh, my medication's not covered, I need to change. But with like a home improvement or a software or whatever your service does, if they don't know what it does or even know they have an issue, you have to uncover that for them. The next question. This is my favorite question because this is what kills most salespeople. What do we do if they don't address it? And normally most people will just tell you, most salespeople, I'll straighten the camera up here. They'll just be like, oh, well, you know, if someone just said, well, we're just not going to do it. Oh, they have nowhere to go. They're just like, oh, well, I never thought of that. Well, of course you didn't, because you're the salesperson selling the solution. Why would you think of not doing it? Well, when someone tries to say that to me, I stop that by saying, hey, you absolutely cannot do it, but you can still absolutely will have this issue, this cost, this problem. It's going to come to a head at some point, if not today, sometime in the future, correct? And if they say yes, you've got them, because then you can say, well, since it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, let me show you a way to save a lot of money while considering this today. Why wouldn't they be interested? They've already just said they're going to buy this solution, whatever it is. And it can be anything. Like I said, software, home improvements, insurance. You just have to get that commitment, that tie down of, if you don't do anything, it doesn't matter. And you want them to say, yeah, we're going to buy this. You know, we're not going to buy it today, but we're going to buy this at some time. You're right. We need it. If they say that line, then they are sellable today in some capacity. It may not be a great sale. It may not be a home run. You know, it doesn't matter. You have the opportunity to make a sale there. It goes from never to maybe very quickly. And then the last thing, I always tell people, when everyone, especially when you're trying to give an estimate for home improvements, for things like that, price is the biggest thing. Same thing with insurance. What's it going to cost? You know, what is the cost? Well, and I always tell people, and I always have them say, hey, what's the price? You know, what's it cost? What's this? And I always tell people the same thing. I say it comes down to what options matter to you. And it's not really the price, it's the cost. Price is negotiable, cost is not. And I always tell people that, I said, look, if you want a great price, you have to look at the cost every single time. Because just because the price is super high, that's just your opinion. And if the cost is super high, well, then that may not be the right product for you. But if you want all of the top options, you know, you want the top stuff, your cost is going to be high, therefore your price should be high. It wouldn't make any sense, and most people will agree with you, hey, if it costs me 10 grand, I can't sell it to you for 9. I'm not paying you to enjoy whatever product or service. Is that fair? Most people will look at you and be like, yeah, that makes sense. So if it costs us 10 grand, I got to charge you 15. I got to make money. I got a bunch of extra costs. You don't have to get into the numbers with the people. I'm just saying most people understand that the fancier and more options something has, the better and higher the cost will be. Now, I get it a lot where people are always going to say, you know, I want a cost-effective gutter solution, and I'm going to get all these estimates. Anytime someone wants to get estimates, three things they're doing. They're shopping for price, quality, we could say timing, but mainly the biggest thing is them. They are uncertain. Anytime someone wants multiple estimates, they are uncertain. They don't believe you. They've been trained to not listen to sales equals a liar. There's a lot of people that would say that. And the problem with that is, as a salesperson, 99% of the time, you really can't lie. You can't tell someone something that's blatantly not true because they can Google it and find out you're full of shit. So just keep that in mind, that these things matter, but this is why they're doing it. What drives them? Keep that in the back of your mind.